Hey guys, what's going on? It's Frank Anthony here, and welcome to another walk talk. Sorry, I think I had my finger over the speaker by accident. It's not morning, at least here it's not, it's afternoon. I just want to do a quick episode. I know it's been like a week since I've done an episode. Sometimes you just got to take that social media break. But yeah, so this episode is called The B Word, which, if you don't know what I'm going to be talking about, the B word stands for bisexuality. And I saw a post online, it was either Facebook or Instagram, and I just wanted to get a little bit into it. It didn't trigger me or anything like that, but it's something that I feel like I need to address because it's something that I feel like people still aren't getting or believing. And like I said, whatever you believe in, that's your belief and opinion at the end of the day, but there's still this misconception out there that I wanted to talk about. It entered my thoughts, So I saw online, there was a post about, it was two guys who were together. I want to say I don't remember if they were dating or engaged or married or whatever, but these two guys are together, and one of them cheated on the other one. Oh, okay, I was gonna get hit by a car. Anyway, so one of them cheated on the other, and I'm assuming the guy that was cheated on identified as being gay because he had said that this guy cheated on him online. And long story short, he wasn't just saying that like he cheated because he was like just being unfaithful or a crappy person in this moment, but he was saying that my partner, my boyfriend, fiance, whatever, cheated because he's bisexual. And I wanted to address that because there's still this misconception that all bisexual people are cheaters, which I believe is not correct. And also, what I feel like when someone says that bisexual people are cheaters, I feel like they're also trying to say that bisexual people are promiscuous and slutatious, which is not true. I feel like anyone, whether you're straight, gay, bisexual, can be promiscuous. I think it's very viewing the individual on a subject like that, and that it's not just based off of a race or specific orientation. So I definitely wanted to respond to that because if you're not familiar, I ended up guest starring on the Spilled podcast hosted by Emmy Morgan. You should check that out. I guest starred on one of the episodes that had to do with bisexuality, and I was talking about how I identify as bisexual, which a lot of people don't realize because I think we kind of just assume someone is straight or gay. I've connected with a lot of people who identify as gay online, and I think they just kind of assumed I was as well, which for quite a while I was outed as gay by an old friend, so I kind of just went along with it. And also when this happened, this was pre-2010, so being bisexual I think was still very taboo. It's still a little bit to this day. It's gotten a little bit better. Being gay, I feel like pre-2010 was just starting to come out on VH1 and MTV. Like, people were still trying to get used to that. And bisexuality was just super taboo and not like, it just doesn't exist. That's how it was viewed. And it still is a little bit today, just another misconception on that. But yeah, I had just kind of ran with the whole thing of just being gay, because even growing up watching that type of stuff, I just kind of assumed myself that bisexuality wasn't a real thing and that I had to make a choice between being with just women or just men. My issue was I had been with both, so I was very confused. I was like, what is this? Because and I'm not saying just hooking up with men and women makes you bisexual, but there was those feelings inside that at first I thought I just had them for women, and then I realized I was having them for men, and then I realized I still was having them for women as well, and that's what made things confusing. And it also kind of leads to another misconception that bisexual people are just confused and they're really just straight or gay or lesbian or whatever. but that's not the case. I know from personal experience, having those feelings, and I open up about that on the guest star. When I guest starred on the Spilled Tea, I open up about how that was confusing, but that I do identify as bisexual because of those feelings, and also that I'm nothing like those misconceptions about being promiscuous or a cheater and that type of stuff. I know quite a good amount of bisexual people, and most of us are monogamous, and we're not. And I also just want to make a note too that, I'm not going to judge someone, because obviously there's people that believe in being polygamous. I'm not trying to judge against them. I feel like everyone has a right to what they believe in. I don't want to shame people who are in polygamous relationships at all. I think, you do you, whether you want to be monogamous or polygamous. I don't see anything wrong with either, as long as everyone is consenting to that. But I think it's just assumed that bisexual people, all we want to do is not be in committed relationships, serious relationships, and we just want to sleep with as many people, and that we can't control ourselves. We can't control our sexual urges. And like I said, it's just not true. And I just wanted to address that. And I wanted to mostly aim this at people who are feeling conflicted about where they have deep emotional feelings for men and women, and you might feel like that you have to make a choice, that you can't just be in the middle of the road. But I want to say and tell you that it's okay to have feelings for both, and that you may be in a long-term relationship with a woman, and then if it doesn't work, you can, if you end up being attracted to a guy afterwards, you can still do that. There's nothing wrong with liking more than one gender. So that's just what I wanted to get across on that, and kind of just make some points on that. Also, too, what I wanted to get across that I mentioned slightly about just being attracted, having to relate to being attracted to, where like you have to be attracted to both genders or whatever. I wanted to connect the fact that some people don't believe they're bisexual, even if they have feelings for multiple genders or both genders, because they think, oh, I'm not, because I don't have deep emotional feelings for men and women exactly 50%. And I just want to also say, I don't either, that everyone has different percentages with that. You may have feelings for women a little bit more than men. You still could be considered as being bisexual if you're still having those deep emotions and connections with those individuals. So yeah, I just wanted to get that across in general, because I just feel like there's so many misconceptions about being bisexual, and that it's still kind of viewed as taboo, but it shouldn't be. I think it's maybe enough people aren't talking about this as much, so I just wanted to bring it up again about that. And also, like I said towards the beginning, everyone's going to have their views and opinions on it. I know there's been certain people that we ended up not dating because they weren't comfortable that I was with both genders, which is something I've just had to accept and not kill myself over, because that's life at the end of the day. Not everyone's going to like us for that. We just have to keep moving forward. But I just wanted to let, I guess, those people know not to, I guess, prejudge and just assume that you get to know this guy and he happens to be bisexual. That could be your true love, your partner, and you end up just kind of pushing them away over thinking, oh, well, like, they've also done things with men, they must be this big slut and not committed, and they're going to hurt me. And that's just not true. That's false. That could definitely be false, because I feel like that really depends on the individual. And the example that I gave at the beginning, that guy, yes, he was bisexual, but maybe he just was being unfaithful because he was being an unfaithful person. That shouldn't be attached to his sexual orientation. So yeah, that's that. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and hopefully I will do more walk talk soon. Depends what comes up in this brain. Take care, guys. Bye.